from the Port Authority that the MV Emprendedora is only a temporary measure on the sea bridge. The public is advised to be aware of a new variant of COVID-19, EG5. Tobago business sector apprehensive about temporary sea bridge cargo arrangements, and in sports, 16 teams vie for the Tobago Football Association FA Cup. This is the Tobago Updates television news for Friday, 8th September 2023. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. We begin with assurances that the MV Emprendedora is a temporary solution for the sea bridge, which may only be used for 10 days. Port Authority Chairman Lyle Alexander sought to alleviate concerns expressed by some Tobagonians who are skeptical about the vessel, which is currently on its way to Trinidad and Tobago from Venezuela. He was on the Good Morning Tobago show with Candace Jackson, and she has the details.
Almost immediately after the announcement, pictures of the MV Emprendedora circulated on social media. The vessel is the interim measure for transporting cargo between the islands employed by bridgemen while the Cabo Star is under repairs. The pictures resurrected memories of the barge that was employed to service the sea bridge in 2017 when the country was without a designated cargo vessel. The chairman of the Port Authority assured Tobagonians that it is only an interim measure. He explained that it was built as a landing craft for military use.
The vessel is expected to do 10 knots. 10 knots will give us a journey to Tobago of about 10 hours. It has around 200 plus lane meters that we can put trucks on. The number of trucks that we'll have will depend on the size of the vessels, on the trucks, of course.
According to Alexander, the vessel will be able to carry heavier trucks, which are currently not allowed on the passenger ferries.
At this time, we do not anticipate any issue with the ramp on that vessel to be able to have the continuous service that we expect to deliver when the vessel will be here for the short time we expect it to be.
In the meantime, Alexander said the sea bridge is a high priority for the Port Authority.
Our mandate is that the sea bridge must not stop moving.
Alexander is aware that more needs to be done to optimize operations on the sea bridge.
In terms of doing the best we can with the resources that we have available, we will continue to do that.
For instance, he noted that the TNT Spirit was a contingency plan should the primary cargo vessel encounter any problems. However, he said that the TNT Spirit is currently down for repairs and there is little that the Port Authority can do about it.
We know the value of the Spirit, and we are hoping that we can get it back on the line today. But there are discussions that are going on as we speak, where a presentation will be made to Cabinet to have this activity taking place as soon as possible.
Repairs to the Cabo Star are expected to be completed within the next couple of days, and it is estimated that it will be recertified and ready to be back in service by September 18th. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates Television News.
The interim solution for the sea bridge has been generally well received, but it has also raised concerns within the business sector. Demi John Cruikshank, head of the Inter-Island Transportation Committee at the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, told Tobago Updates that he does not want to condemn the MV Emprendedora before it begins operations. However, he does have concerns about its efficiency.
According to the port chairman yesterday, the vessel will take 1/10 of what the galleon passage, what the Cabo Star normally takes. So we know there's going to be a rush, there's going to be a scramble to put stuff on that boat.
Additionally, Cruikshank mentioned that the MV Emprendedora is a slower vessel compared to the Cabo Star. The MV Emprendedora travels at 10 knots, which means it will take 10 hours to travel between Trinidad and Tobago.
So that means when that vessel leaves Trinidad at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it will not reach Trinidad Tobago until 2 a.m. in the morning, meaning the vessel will only sail from Trinidad every other day. So with 1/10 of the cargo sailing every other day, it will not have a big impact.
Despite the concerns, Cruikshank believes the vessel will provide some level of relief on the sea bridge as it can accommodate trucks exceeding 3 tons for transporting construction materials.
I'm hoping that bridgeman keep their word, as the port chairman said in his interview yesterday, that the Cabo Star will be completed within 10 days.
If not, Cruikshank is uncertain how much longer the business sector will be able to endure the situation. While the temporary unavailability of the MV Cabo Star has affected some market merchants, but others believe that their business can thrive by focusing on local goods. Here's Tanika Cruikshank with more.
With the MV Cabo Star currently undergoing repairs, one market vendor reported that she was not affected by the distribution of goods being shipped to Tobago. She explains that she relies on Tobago's resources, but it has affected her neighboring tenant. Another vendor mentioned that he has explored alternative methods, but stressed the significance of the MV Cabo Star. He emphasized that it enables people to start their business activities in Trinidad at daybreak and return home to their families the same day.
Yes, it's affecting me, not to, let's say, a great percentage, let's say over 50%, because I multitask one, and also because I know the sort of goods that I need and the goods that selling fast. I tend to kind of stock more of those things. But you have things that are missing and I want it bad.
According to one butcher, market merchants are facing a disadvantage because they cannot transport their livestock to Tobago.
I just bring my animals from Trinidad, and due to the fact that the boat is down, there is no other alternative to bring animals to Tobago.
Another vendor pointed out that there is a shortage of bread on the grocery shelves, and instead of bread distributors, ready-mix trucks are arriving in Tobago. A vegetable vendor at the market raised the question about whether food necessities are being prioritized.
And now that it's shut down and can't facilitate all the trucks, market vendors are getting squeezed. We can't get our vehicles on the boat.
The last vendor pointed out that they frequently encounter challenges when transporting goods to Tobago on the sea bridge. However, the distributions in the Cabo Star sailings are adding to their daily stress they are already experiencing. Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
We have more news coming up after the break. Stay with us.
So your car break down.
Oh, no, not again.
And you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Ansa McCall Group.
Mount Pleasant Credit Union Back to School Loan Promotion. Loans up to 15,000. Requirements: job letter and a payslip no more than 1 month old. Utility bill, copy of book list, salary deduction, 10% down payment for self-employed persons, evidence of income and expenditure, bank statement, 12 to 18 months, other supporting document. Promotion ends October 18. Contact us at 639-8375 or 8108 or check us out on www.mpcutobago.com or email us at loans@mpcutobago.com. Mount Pleasant Credit Union's Back to School Loan Promotion.
There's a new date for Tobago Swim Fest, September 17th, 2023. Come and witness the main event, the 4-kilometer swim from Pigeon Point to Buku Point. More than $25,000 in prizes. It's a family affair, so come out from 11 a.m. on the beautiful Buku Beach. There'll be swimming races, sandcastle building, and seafood on sale. Come and enjoy a fun day at the beach. Calling swimmers from Crown Point to Charlottesville. Registration on the day.
Thank you for staying with us. World Suicide Prevention Day is observed every year on September 10th with the aim of raising awareness about mental health issues and suicide, which can lead to self-harm. Dr. Alina Williams, a clinical psychologist, appeared on Brunch to explain this year's theme, Creating Hope Through Action. More in this report from Ariana Scipio.
During her presentation, Dr. Alina Williams drew attention to the alarming statistics surrounding suicide, including the total number of suicide-related deaths and attempted suicides. She underscored that the younger generation is particularly vulnerable to this issue. Furthermore, she presented sobering suicide statistics specific to the Caribbean region.
Interestingly, in persons between the ages of 15 to 29, it's the 4th leading cause of death. In Trinidad and Tobago, we are currently ranked 3rd in the Caribbean, behind Guyana and Suriname, and globally we are ranked 75 out of 180 countries.
As a result, Dr. Williams noted the significance of World Suicide Prevention Day and encourages public awareness.
The main aim of that day is to highlight that suicide is preventable.
Right.
We are trying to raise awareness, bring to the fore discussions about suicide and suicide prevention, and get stakeholders involved because suicide is a major public health concern that has far-reaching consequences emotionally, socially, economically.
Dr. Williams also explained the theme for this year's World Suicide Prevention Day, Creating Hope Through Action, which has been the theme since 2021 and what they hope to achieve.
The triennial theme, the theme for the past 3 years has been Hope Through Action. And a major aspect of suicide and people that have suicidal thoughts is the loss of hope, so a state of hopelessness.
Right.
And we believe that suicide prevention involves more than just talking about it.
She elaborated on various risk factors that can contribute to suicide, such as financial hardship, poverty, grief, and trauma. Dr. Williams also discussed the signs to watch out for in detecting if a loved one may be experiencing suicidal thoughts, emphasizing that suicide does not always manifest in a particular appearance.
A change in the person's personality, behavior, or anything that just seems out of character for that person. They may be more impulsive, irritable, angry. They may be engaging in more risky behaviors. But also you might notice withdrawal, so they're pulling away from people, they're not interacting as much at home or at work.
She provided preventative measures, including non-judgmental listening, assisting in seeking professional help, and involving schools in helping children manage their emotions to reduce their risk of suicidal thoughts. If you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide, please don't hesitate to reach out to the Lifeline at 800-5588 for support. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Tobago is being marketed at CPL matches. The Tobago Tourism Agency Limited TTAL is collaborating with the Caribbean Premier League 2023 in Trinidad from September 5th to 10th, marking a strategic move to promote the Tobago Beyond brand and boost Tobago's tourism. TTAL is sponsoring CPL 2023 to gain visibility for the Tobago Beyond brand, aiming to engage sport tourists and future travelers. While Tobago is not hosting CPL games, TTAL's participation indirectly targets visitors considering Tobago for vacations beyond their CPL experience. The collaboration includes Tobago Beyond branding with giveaways, creating an exciting atmosphere. TTAL shares Tobago's appeal through online posts during CPL, aiming to spark interest and attract visitors. TTAL's Executive Chairman Alicia Edwards emphasizes the value of showcasing Tobago to a global audience. She said TTAL's presence in Trinidad during CPL events reinforces its commitment to promoting Tobago as a top-tier destination. Well, just as things were starting to return to a semblance of normalcy, there has been a slight uptick in COVID-19 cases in July and August, possibly due to a new variant of the illness known as EG5. The Ministry of Health has recorded 6 documented fatalities in August, while none were reported in July. For additional information, let's hear from Tanika Cruikshank.
The COVID-19 variant EG.5 is now circulating, and it is closely similar to the XBB version, which has been monitored for the last 6 months. Notably, it possesses a specific mutation that is known to disable some immunity that is acquired following an infection or vaccination. With a total of 23 patients in hospital throughout the parallel and hybrid healthcare system, the Ministry of Health reported an overall drop in the number of cases over the past 2 weeks. Hospitalization during that time remained low. Persons vulnerable to the new variant are those with chronic illnesses or diseases, the elderly, pregnant patients, and the unvaccinated. One should continue to maintain the principles and practices of good hygiene, as these measures will assist in the maintenance of all low-level transmissions of COVID-19 and other infectious diseases. Coughing, fever, exhaustion, pain in the muscles, and headaches are among the signs of EG.5, according to the Health Ministry. The government is reminding citizens that vaccines are accessible to persons 12 and older. The Sinopharm vaccine is only accessible as a main and booster dosage for adults, whereas the Pfizer vaccination will only be given as a booster dose to children over the age of 12 and adults. The Sinopharm vaccination expires on September 9th, while one batch of Pfizer vaccines in stock expires on September 30th. Influenza vaccines will be made accessible between October 2023 and May 2024. Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
The new COVID-19 variant EG5 or ERIS might be the reason for the COVID-19 cases we noticed in other parts of the world. The US is reporting a spike in COVID-19 cases due to the ERIS variant. It is a subvariant of the Omicron variant, which symptoms are muscle aches, fever, coughing, and congestion. According to the New York Times, the E5 variants do not pose a global threat, and it is not different from the ones circulating in the US already. It is also important to know that the COVID-19 vaccines are still competent in protecting us against the virus. The vaccines are available at health centers across Trinidad and Tobago. Well, don't go anywhere. Sport is next.
October will never be better with Tobago Carnival Fever. Okay, passage and come on over.
Are you flood ready? Recycle and properly dispose of large waste. Avoid sweeping yard clippings or trash into drains. Plant trees to avoid soil erosion. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. Tatil, where people are people.
Right now, Tobagonians are just currying down to Bonaccord, right in Stobie Local Road. You know why? To come down and shop at Authentic Builders General Hardware, the only hardware store in Tobago that is giving you guys Trinidad prices. So for instance, such as steel, half-inch and 5/8, $7,895. 5/8 construction ply for $260. Every single thing that you will need to do your home renovation or start your new construction, we have it right here. And to get your quotation, it's very easy. Just WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will do your free WhatsApp quotation for you.
Welcome to sport. The local football scene is about to heat up with the Tobago Football Association FA Cup set to kick off this Sunday. 16 teams are vying for bragging rights and cash prizes. Our sports reporter Marcus Daniel provides a breakdown of the football action that fans can expect in this report.
The round of 16 open draw for the Tobago Football Association FA Cup produced several mouth-watering matchups. The draw took place in the lecture room of the Dwight York Stadium last Monday. The youthful Bertil Sinclair's Sports Academy and the long-standing Sinclair's coaching school promised to deliver a must-see affair, set to take place on September 12th at a venue yet to be determined. Tobago Update Sports caught up with a representative of Bertil Sinclair's Sports Academy, Stephen Anthony Bing, who stated that they are prepared and ready to challenge for the title.
Yeah, the team is gelling well. We're in training 3 times a week and I think things are going to move forward smoothly.
Eastern Giants, Sidis FC and Belgarden Sports Club will clash on the 12th in another exciting matchup, forming the second part of a doubleheader at the Sidgway Sporting Complex. Hilton Boris of Belgarden expressed confidence despite their previous loss to Sidis in the league.
Well, yeah, we've been training for this season, so the guys are ready. And I mean, we're up against Speyside, which is a team in our conference, so they beat us in the first round, so we're getting our chance before the second round starts. So I know the guys going to be up to it, and may the best team win, which will be Belgarden on that day.
The earlier game will be contested between Bethel United and Shaunersville. The tournament is set to kick off on Sunday with a double header at the Dwight York Stadium and a match at Shaw Park. At the stadium, Georgia FC will meet 2017 champions Blackrock United at 4:30, and Soakley Vale will do battle against Conlon Hall at 6:30. At Shaw Park, Leeds United and Singland Hill will square off at 4:30 p.m. Closing out the round of 16 matches will be Roxwell Lakers versus Canby Mount Pleasant and the reigning league champions FC Phoenix versus Golden Lane. Both games will be played at the Dwight York Stadium on September 15th. President of the TFA, Kenny Alfred, is expecting an interesting tournament.
A lot of excitement. Looking at some of the matchups, I think it's going to be very interesting. A lot of derby games, teams that are doing well, going to find themselves match up against other teams. As I said, it's an open draw. So there are no seeded teams, there are no big boys playing against the weaker teams. You just have to bring your A game from day one. So I expect it to be very interesting.
Teams will be competing for $33,000 in cash prizes along with trophies and medals. The finals is scheduled to take place on October 6th. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
Well, the Tobago Chicas were defeated by Jewels FC in the Tobago zone of the Women's Football League. Here's Marcus Daniel once again with the highlights.
Jewels FC successfully held off Tobago Chicas to clinch the Tobago zone title in the Women's Football League. In the final league match of the season, Jewels needed only to avoid defeat to secure the coveted championship. They achieved this goal with a hard-fought 2-1 victory, thanks to goals from Madison Campbell and the prolific Avalon Loreni, prompting jubilant celebration at the Moriah Recreation Ground. Janae Gray scored a lone goal for Chicas. This win propelled Jewels to 21 points, 2 ahead of second-place Black Panthers, who secured a 2-0 victory over Combined Ballers at the Montgomery Recreation Ground. Shakira Charles opened the scoring with a perfectly executed volley in the 19th minute, while Kelly-Lisa Taylor added another goal in the 50th minute with a brilliant solo run. Chicas secured third place with 11 points, followed by Combined Ballers in fourth with 6 points and RSS Phoenix in fifth with 0 points. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
And that's it for sports, but we'll take a short break and come back with more news. Stay close.
Summerama, real steam for the summer at Standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy, Standard. What you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be beat like a hammer. Go tell a friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more, we got more. Standards have what is searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beaten on quality and price. It nice.
This is how it's gonna go. this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look out below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look out below, 'cause this is your show. Live more.
When you hear the word pest, you might typically think of rodents or roaches, but there's a new pest, and it's the African giant snail. It's a species that was initially identified in Trinidad and Tobago in 2008. It is now considered a significant threat, not only to human health, but also to plants. Its population is quickly multiplying in Tobago. Here's more.
The giant African snail can be spotted beneath leaves, vehicles, garbage, and in flooded drains, especially during the rainy season. It is recognized by its cone-shaped shell with 7 or more ridges, along with reddish-brown vertical stripes. Additionally, it leaves behind a noticeable thick slime trail and accumulation of feces. Similar to most pets, the giant African snail carries a vector, namely the rat lungworm, which can lead to eosinophilic meningitis when transmitted from the snail to humans. The transmission can occur through direct contact or via the consumption of unwashed plant-based food contaminated with the snail's slime or feces. The Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, Environment and Sustainable Development urges citizens to exercise caution when encountering the hazardous creature. Currently, a specialized team has been assembled to eradicate these snails from different communities on scheduled days across Tobago. If you discover these pests around your home, you can take steps to eliminate them, but it is essential to use protective gear. You can collect and put these snails in a plastic container with a securely fitted lid. These snails should be submerged in salt or bleach solution for 24 hours and then incarcerated in a metal barrier. If you find it challenging to dispose of these snails yourselves, the division recommends contacting their plant protection unit at 482-7528 for assistance. Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
Recapping the headlines, assurance from the Port Authority that the MV Emprendedora is only a temporary measure on the sea bridge. The public is advised to be aware of a new variant of COVID-19, EG5. Tobago business sector apprehensive about temporary sea bridge cargo arrangements. And in sports, 16 teams vie for the Tobago Football Association FA Cup. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a good night.